For the Red Cross, volunteering is essential for us to do our work. In the UK alone, we have 27,000 volunteers compared to about 3,000 staff. The Red Cross movement worldwide, it's estimated, it's the largest humanitarian movement in the world, it's estimated it involves 97 million people voluntarily giving their time and efforts and skills to help their fellow citizens. And I think, obviously there are benefits for the individuals concerned, there's benefits for the society, but I think it's very important to stress that we feel the very act of voluntary work is in itself a statement of humanitarian concern, and that principle shouldn't be kind of lost whatever we do. The Minister mentioned the Red Cross and the role in responding to emergencies, and I think that's one of the examples I would like to give about the benefits of volunteering. In the floods in the UK in 2007-2008, the Red Cross worked alongside the statutory emergency services to try and support the people who'd been affected by that flooding. And I personally remember being very moved by, we had some refugees who worked for the Red Cross and we had worked with, who made a very big point of wanting to volunteer to go to Gloucestershire to help people in the floods. And there was nothing kind of more heartening than seeing someone who'd fled from their own country to seek from persecution to seek safety here, helping this old person in their home that had been flooded out in Gloucestershire, delivering water to them, helping them kind of. And I think what that kind of points to is volunteering. It has an ability to sort of bring some sort of cohesion to some of the communities that feel kind of displaced and separated, and help people, certainly from the outside who've come here, to feel more involvement in what they're doing. Another example I wanted to give is from our peer. We use young people in our peer education schemes to go into schools and talk to other young people, to talk to their contemporaries about knife crime and the dangers of kind of getting involved in the whole knife culture. And again, there's nothing more powerful than your contemporary coming to talk to you about their own experiences. And we think that's something that volunteers and volunteering can bring in a way that it's very hard for the statutory sector to do. And I think the third example really is another one from our refugee work. In the services we provide for refugees in the UK, 50% of our volunteers are refugees or asylum seekers themselves. And that wasn't just a kind of token thing. It was very much because we felt that they brought, and they do bring to the work, a life experience, a knowledge and a skill that can really enhance what we're trying to do with our clients. And again, it's one of the values for us of kind of using volunteers, that they bring an added value, they bring a knowledge of the community and the client group in which they're working that is kind of very, very difficult to get elsewhere. I think I would just finish up by sort of saying, two things I think. One, so Jeremy, I think that in some instances there is a little bit of ambiguity where you have people who are not volunteers but are getting paid but at a very, very low rate to actually do a role that perhaps other services could do. And I think that's where that is one of the challenges, because I think we want to be really distinctive about what is being a volunteer mean. Another point that volunteers, they're not just a cheap option. And in fact, actually managing volunteers is a resource and a skilled and a difficult thing to do. It's not just something that happens for free. So I think there are some challenges there, but we would always want to stress that we're seeking to complement the statutory services. We're not seeking, and in some sector, the private sector also sometimes, that we're not seeking to duplicate, we're not seeking to take jobs away. And I think these are the kind of things we would want to push forward. But just to conclude with that, I think, again, it's a key part of what the Red Cross is about. We believe it's a key part for civil society to function, however we define that. And the better the governments and local governments are able to kind of make volunteering happen, the better I think we think it is for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.